Welcome to Module 5 of the Tribal Data Toolbox training. And in this module, we are going to demonstrate how to generate a Toolbox-Ready File. And what that means is when you download your data file from your sampler, it's going to be in a format that the Toolbox cannot yet accept. So there are a few things we need to do with the file you download from your sampler to get it ready to import into the Toolbox. Now, all of these steps we're going to be doing outside of the Toolbox. So in this module, we're not going to open the Toolbox at all. Before you start modifying your data files for importing into the Toolbox, we highly recommend that you set up your computer to show known file name extensions. And what that means is, for example, for a Word document, you're going to have the name of the document and then a dot and then the file name extension, which is docx. In order to test your computer to see if you have that already set up, we can go ahead and go into the Toolbox folder. So go to the Start menu, go into Computer, go into the hard drive, and we go into the Toolbox folder, and we see that the Tribal Data Toolbox _version 3.0 has a dot after it and the file name extension of MDB. So this computer is already set up to show known file name extensions. If it had not been set up, all you would see is Tribal Data Toolbox _version 3.0, and it would not have anything after that. So the .mdb would no longer be there. If your computer is not set up to show file name extensions, we have a video demonstrating how to do that, and the link to that video is in the notes document for this module. We also highly recommend that you make a new folder on your desktop that's exclusively for modified data files that you're going to import into the Toolbox. You don't ever want to make any changes to a file that's directly from your sampler. You want to keep a pristine copy of that in a different folder, and you want to keep that copy backed up on an external location. So while we're here, I'd like to show you the SOP for this module. And since we're not using the Toolbox, we can't click here for help files. So I'm going to show you where this SOP is. So in the Help Documents folder, there is all of the SOPs. So these are all of the SOPs that are related to the Toolbox. And there is one called SOP for a Toolbox-Ready File. So I'll double click on that one to open it. At the beginning of this document, it tells you the specifications for your new import text file. So every file we import into the Toolbox, we have to name the new import.txt. And it tells you that it's got to be a comma delimited file and be formatted such that the header for every column is in row 1 and data begins in row 2 and there are no blank rows. It has to contain complete dates in common date format or serial date format and times with each time in a new row. It has to have concentration in our parameter data with at least 1 digit after the decimal in the first row of data. And it has to contain a known and logged in your database logbook number of records. It has to have a backup copy named and saved elsewhere. So it needs to be saved in the Tribal Data Toolbox version 3.0 folder. And then if I scroll to the very end of this document, it has a checklist for the new import.txt file. You can use this checklist to evaluate whether or not your file is ready to import into the Toolbox. We're going to demonstrate how to meet these specifications with 3 different files. And so this will be more clear as we go through these steps. And if there's any questions about how to get your data into the right format, please do not hesitate to contact your instructors for assistance with getting your file into an acceptable format for importing into the Toolbox.